Okay, we are recording. So I actually too just was listening to Voxer messages from my parents who were telling me all about their meeting with Dr. Raphael Meshulam yesterday. And so at Hebrew University, it was really, really cool. Talk about it, man. He's going to be 89 next week, and everything he does is for the good of humanity. It's super cool. And hearing the research that he's diving into, like how CBD and THC can help with type 1 diabetics. And I'm like, whoa, that's fascinating.
That is fascinating.
Isn't it? So it was cool. I know they'll have a lot more to share with us. And they got the cutest picture with him in his office. He's so cute, little old man. So very exciting. So, okay, Mimi was asking, and I noticed Carrie Rudow, yeah, you tagged me. I didn't even notice the tag. I saw the post before I saw your tag. So, okay, so she posted these pictures. I actually saw this yesterday, that she created this poster for the spa. Oh, that's, and then, yeah, hanging up. That's cool. And then I read her explanation. She could read it again.
So the facial is $99.
Right. It's not the bottle, right? Because the first when I looked at the picture, I'm like, oh, the bottle's $99. No, the facial, the experience is $99. So I just got posters made of this. A local spa is going to let us promote Knox at their location in Allen, Texas. The facial will include lavender. I'm going to mute someone. Is someone in the car? Oh, yeah. I'm muting you, Julie. Okay. The facial will include lavender diffuser, spa music, dim light. Start off with a hemp cleanser, hot towel, steam, soothing mask. We will massage their neck and shoulders and arms with Recept infused coconut oil. Which
sounds so awesome.
I know, but then I'm like, why wouldn't they just use body therapy? But
exactly.
I would think that would be an easier, but okay. Hot towel. Although actually, I read somewhere that someone was, I think it was Karen Abrams, said that if they do Recept and body therapy topically, that it works even better.
And that's why, because they're doing the upsell for $15 to use the body therapy. So that's. I think that's the tactic.
Right. Followed by a hemp toner, then Knox, Hydrate Pure, then finish off with our lip balm. It's cool. And then the upsells. I like this too. So we will also have Recept samples for purchase if the client would like to have some CBD, CBG prior or after the facial for $20. Recept bottles on hand. She also talked about selling the Knox samples. Did I read? This is what I hired and am paying the esthetician. That I don't get that.
I don't either. I read it 3 times.
It sounds like it's like a rental type of place.
She can't do the facial. Like she can't do the thing, and they have, if she's using the space, my guess is she has to pay somebody who either it works for the company already. You know what I mean? Like they're not just going to give a person to do these things. And this woman is not licensed to do I don't know where she is, but like in Illinois, you have to have a license to touch anybody. Like to do massage, to do craniosacral, to do any of that stuff. So she probably has to hire somebody to do the actual like facial things. So that I get.
See, I think that's where like you just go into places that already have those people staffed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It starts getting really complicated with the square and all of that.
Yes.
Where it's like if you just have the person be their own affiliate, then all of that is a non-issue. What I was worried about, or not worried about, Lori, but what I wanted more information about was the professional program plan thing and just making sure that we're staying compliant with the company if they're putting it on their shelf.
Absolutely. So the deal is right now is that I'm going to stop my. So yeah, that's what kind of was, I'm like, I don't understand the esthetician. I have no desire. I don't know about you guys. I have no desire to go into a nail place. This has to be something that the salon is already set up to do, like that the owner is going to be on board to incorporate our products into, sessions like this, and they're going to bring in us to talk about it, to train their estheticians. That's how, if that's what they want to do. I would nowhere know how encourage any of us to go in and start hiring estheticians to go into spaces. That's past the realm of what we're doing here. So that's why I was kind of taken for a loop. So you can sell any of our products in a space that has services for sale. So the tricky part is the retail stuff. So they're saying that we're technically not supposed to, but I know, Carrie, we were talking about this, I don't know. But as long as they're selling services, then we can absolutely have our products. So not an issue. The professional program you're talking about, that is just going to be for Recept. That is going to be, more information is going to be coming out soon about that. People have already started with some of their practitioners that they've brought on board, but I'm not sure if that's going to encompass any of the salon people. I do believe this is just for people who are, practicing doctors, practicing chiropractors. And I believe right now they can be purchasing the packs. It's coming in 50 bottles and 100 bottles. And the retail profit is much bigger than ours. I think each clinician practitioner can earn like $58 or $50 each bottle. But you see, they have to put up a substantial amount of money at first, right? $50 or $100. So, so if any, the information is going to come out to all of us, but I know right now, if anyone is in the situation where they have a practitioner, we know a person to be able to connect them and get them going on that. So, okay. So has anyone thought of anything in this time that we've been chatting on Facebook? Jory, you look like you're going to say something. No?
Well, because I've been, like I said, I have, spas are just kind of not my realm at all. But I was thinking, okay, but as a business owner, like when I owned a massage clinic, if somebody came in, what would make me at least take the time to listen to them? And so I didn't, I thought, well, maybe I would just go in and just kind of say, so what do you guys do to help your clients maintain between treatments? And to sort of lead with it that way, so they can then start talking about, because people love to talk about their businesses. It's like their children, right? So they like to talk about that stuff. I did. And then you kind of know if they're already using product, you might be able to gauge how much they like the product or not, or if they're not using any product, if they want to stay away from product. Because some places really they're so worried about being pushy with upsells that they kind of avoid it. But that was kind of how I thought I would at least kind of initiate it. But then I thought, okay, so I walk in and I ask to see the owner or the office manager, and they say, yeah, what's this in regards to? And then I go, So that's, I think, where I kind of want to get that wordage down a little bit, or the idea, the concept of it more. And then it would be a little bit easier for me to go to the next step.
So who are you asking that question to?
Whoever's sitting at the front desk.
Okay.
Me, when I managed Bliss Spa, it's a huge corporation, and we had a very, very tight protocol. So when I had numerous people walking in, I was like, oh, another one. I'm busy. What do you want? Which is horrible, right? Because what if they have the next big thing? But I try to listen to them, but I immediately, I knew what the answer was going to be. Well, anything, I don't have the power to decide. You have to go through corporate, and we're in New York, and they're not going to listen. But so that's my thing too, is what can I say to entice them? I need to change my verbiage. So I like your approach, Jory. What do you offer clients for in between treatments? Like for a take-home experience in between treatments? Because obviously we don't want to, like if you walk into a Botox clinic, obviously you don't want to say, well, this is going to replace, this is going to replace microneedling and all that. You want to say, well, this is ideal for your, for take home, for in between services. So
Well, and I kind of thought too, because there are going to be people who say, like, especially if we say, well, this is what it is and this is what it does, and we start to show pictures, you are going to get those people who go, oh, well, then you might take away business from me. But what I want to be able to point out to them is people will still come because they want the experience of it, right? Like I can do my own nails. But I like going to get mani-pedis because I like feeling a little pampered. I like getting away from my kids for a few hours, and they always do a much better job than I would ever do.
Funny, because I was gonna say, well, you still go to the dentist, but I like your approach better because the dentist is not relaxing. I want to take the dentist experience away. I like that. Well, you'll still go get your nails done. You're right, exactly. People want to be touched. People want to be pampered.
Yeah, and even if it would maybe extend the time between, if you've just handed them something that makes them look better all the time, do you think they're not going to tell their friends about you? Of course they are, so I mean that's my line of thinking. But again, I'm going, okay, but how do I get to the place where I can actually talk to the person to tell them those things? Like that's the first thing, is how do we get in the first place? I kind of thought like maybe you're talking about where you were, and that was kind of a big corporation, and I think for at least for the time being, while I'm kind of like dipping my toe into this, probably the small boutique places are probably going to be a better shot anyway.
Absolutely.
They're always looking for additional revenue streams usually. And so I think they'll be more open to listening. So that was going to be my plan. I wrote out like all the skincare and spa places in Highland Park and Glencoe and Lake Forest. And then I'm like, and then also keep in mind too, that a lot of these places are not open on Mondays. Or, in case you don't know that. But that was going to be my approach, is just go to the smaller places first. Because the big places, there's so much red tape that's got to go. You got to go through.
I always say stay away from corporate situations because maybe possibly they could be a fit, but that is too many hoops for us, and it's not worth the effort at this point.
And it's not duplicatable.
Always, right. Always go for the boutique, privately owned. And what I didn't realize is there's so many med spas. That's so not my world. The Botox and the gross, like invasive stuff that women are, I'm sure men too, are dropping major, major money. And I started to do a lookup of med spas, and I'm like, who knew? There are so
But a lot of them have their own product lines already in there. That was one of the other things I noticed, because there's like 2 or 3 in Highland Park. I'm like, where are all these people situated? Highland Park is not that big. And I couldn't believe how many like nail places and whatever. Anyway, and one of them in particular has her own like brand of everything. So I go, okay, that's one for like the back burner. I'm not going to put a lot of energy into that one.
No, but does she have CBD in her product line? So I wouldn't totally cut that off.
I'm not cutting it off. I'm just looking at, okay, but who is going to be a better fit initially? Because the CBD for sure. But in my experience, when I have worked with people who have their own thing, they're very partial to their own thing, and they have a hard time hearing you if it's not their thing. Including things like makeup brands and that kind of stuff. Like I have 2 friends who have their own makeup lines, and it's very interesting when somebody brings up, oh, have you thought about whatever? And they get very, I don't know. It's just, it's like another child, and you get defensive and whatever. So it's not that I'm ruling them out. I just figured my energy could be better spent with other places first. And then, especially once I get a few under my belt and I'm feeling a little more confident about it, then maybe I would, but I kind of look at people who don't really have like a loyalty to something initially, so anyway.
One of the questions I've asked is just kind of like in conversation, or I've heard, is, are you married to a particular brand?
Yeah.
People know what that means, right?
Yeah.
And somebody might say, well, yeah, sort of, but tell me. Like,
yeah.
Because you've already taken them off the hook by asking it that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was going to be the exact thing I asked. If they said that they had a product line that they gave to people for maintenance, are you married to it? Are you open to hearing about something else that might also be great?
Exactly. And I think like you were saying, Jory, that people, I love what you said about people will still come for the experience. That you literally hit the nail on the head with that. I resonated with that. I mean, I just like wrote it. I was like, oh my God, that's exactly like that. That's a piece I think to really hone in on, because like this conversation I was having with this gentleman yesterday about hemp oil in general and chiropractors. He's like, well, why would chiropractors want to have this in their office if it's going to prevent them from needing them anymore? I'm like, that's not the case. I said, it's just like you said, it's what are you providing for them? It's an extra service for them to feel better. You're helping them on their path to help them feel better. They're going to still keep coming back because they're like, oh my gosh, Dr. So-and-so helped me feel better.
Yeah.
And it's
and
the same
if you are helping them feel
here.
better between appointments,
right? Exactly.
then that is adding more value.
Right.
And people are absolutely going to refer business to you after that. Like,
Exactly.
because they go, this person goes above and beyond. And you know, that,
Yep.
I mean, and that when I was a massage therapist, that was stuff that we did. I would give people exercises to do when they went home and that kind of stuff. And people love that. And they referred people because they said it wasn't just, you know, only on the massage table. It was, you gave me stuff to do to feel better when I wasn't seeing you. And it made me want to come back. And so even when people were no longer dealing with an injury, they were still coming back for maintenance.
Yep.
So, yeah.
And I love that because you could just say the same thing. Well, if you're giving me exercises in between treatments, then why do I need to come back to you? Like, that's as ridiculous, you know, like that's as ridiculous as adding something like this.
Well, and it's like what Jonah said in his thing. That's like going to the dentist and then saying, well, I don't need to brush my teeth for the next 6 months. You still have to brush your teeth. Like, you still have to do stuff because it's not going to stay that way otherwise, you know? So,
right.
Yeah. So going back to the dentist thing, maybe, oh, she's not there, but yeah. But I think if we kind of do it as how we help them help their clients more, I think that's going to make them more apt to listen. But like I said, the first key though is how do we get in the front door?
So, and then let's remember too, so help them help their clients, but there's also an additional stream of income.
Yeah.
So let's not forget about that too.
Oh,
That is how they're helped and how they can, you know, pay the bills, keep the light on. So the whole, I'm always, what's in it for me? What's in it for me? You know, people always think that, what's in it for me? So let's not forget there's a whole additional stream of income that can come in from this.
Yeah.
So my question is, I understand you're the wanting to ease into this, you know, by having a conversation initially with the first person you get to in the salon. My question is, do you do that or do you just go right in and ask for the decision maker?
Oh, no, I would ask for the decision maker first.
Yes. Okay. That's
yeah. But a lot of times they have the gatekeeper who is the receptionist. And a lot of times they will say, do you have an appointment? My response would be, oh no, I was in the neighborhood. Just thought I'd take a shot and see if they were available. But if they say, well, what's this in regards to? Because that's what I would do as a receptionist. That's what I want to like have some words.
Ammo.
What?
I'm thinking
have some ammo.
about calling places and say, hey, I've got this incredible new product. I know you guys have products on the shelf. What's the protocol? How do people get this on your shelves? Like, how do you guys work? Tell me how you guys work. Oh, well, you need to set an appointment with the purchasing agent, or, oh, you need to talk to the owner, or like, I think that's just a possibility too.
Yeah.
Like you guys have worked in that too, but if you ask them like, how does it work? Tell me, how does it work? Who do I need to talk to? And they say, oh, you need an appointment. Oh, okay. Well, can I schedule that?
Mm-hmm. The other thing I was thinking too is if the receptionist says something to the effect of what's this in regards to, you can actually then say, well, actually you might be able to help me. You know, like when people get a treatment, how do you guys, and then go back to what do you guys do to help them maintain? And then once because then you kind of build a rapport with the receptionist a little bit too. Right. And then you can be like, okay, so like, you know, do you think that the people who are involved are open to, you know, are they married to these products, like you said, or whatever? I think then that might also be.
My thing with the phone, Carrie, it's the easier way out. I'm saying this from me too. And with the phone, and we all get this way, If someone calls you out of the blue, how many stupid phone calls do I get every day? Our back is up. When you pick up the phone, your guard is up. And it's just like, how can I get this person off the phone as fast as I can, and you're not even listening? And I do it too. I did it the other day with something. I can't even tell you what it was, because that's just like the nature of the beast. And that's why I feel like being in there live is a totally different situation. And that's
the other thing though that we have to, oh, go ahead, sorry.
And that's why, at least for me, I want to do 10 pound the pavement. With
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
Because I did call someone I've done email, doesn't work. No one responded. I did a phone call, and it was like, yeah, she said like, it was awkward. Again, it's human nature. It's that, what are you trying to sell me? I don't want to listen. I have my guard up, and it was like, well, let me talk to the doctor and then I'll email you back. Yeah. Have I heard anything? No. So that's why I feel like that's why the people in this group we're getting out of our comfort zone. And that means even getting off the phone with people in this particular situation. It's got to be live and in person.
So the other thing I've noticed when I was looking up like the spas in this area, a lot of them don't have like hours. And I realized, so there's a place here in Highland Park called Salon Lofts. And so people who are just kind of their own business rent space there. They don't they don't have a website. They don't you can only call them. Like you can't just walk in because they're just there when they have clients and that's it. They don't like hang out there usually. I may stop by there anyway just to see if somebody is hanging out. But in those cases we do have to call. And that's the other thing where I'm like, okay, it's sort of the same.
Well, that's then in addition to the 10 that we're committing to pound the pavement, right?
Yeah.
I feel like we've all, joined this group and are holding each other accountable for 10 that we are actually going to go in live and in person, pound the pavement. Then there's phone calls, right? And I have been in places like that. That's a great idea. There's one out in, I don't know if that's considered Arlington Heights, I think, where, I've actually got a massage there once, and it's all these independent people who rent these little teeny closets, basically, right? And you can walk around and get business cards for every person, right? That doesn't mean that they're there working, but their cards are there. So, right, that's another way to connect. But I think for the purposes of this group, to be able to hold each other accountable is, 10 in person. And then from there, we'll see what it works, right? I have no idea what's going to happen with this. And we're the first group that's going to do it. And I love that we're here together because this is, out of everyone's comfort zone except for Julie. And we're going to see how it works.
So when you're a pharmaceutical rep, you call and you make an appointment for a lunch and learn. That's how they get the doctor's attention. For 20 minutes. You bring in staff, some food and stuff. So we could maybe for the independent salons just call and say, hey, I'd love to make a little lunch and learn appointment with you. It'll take me 20 minutes and I'll bring you in a coffee or something. You know what I mean? Something along those lines.
Lunch and learns are great. And that's what I've noticed. So Laura Kavanaugh is on Dee's team, and they have this big, I forgot what something suburban women's magazine, and more in the Barrington area. And that's what I noticed. So here's the thing though, they already have established relationships with these med spas because these spas were the ones advertising in their magazines, right? Mm-hmm. They already have that relationship, and I see they have been going in and doing lunch and learns. But my thing still is too, phone versus going in. And this is why we're here right now. This is where the conversation started. My mom had a business years ago, International Foreign Language Immersion Program. The way they started was by her and her business partner, another teacher, going in unannounced without an appointment into the schools. And the principal, why didn't you make an appointment? Blah, 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 blah. And those were the principals that ended up being their best relationships through the years. And later that year, they were depositing, and it doesn't mean that they were earning this, but they were depositing $100,000 that initial year. And she really felt that it was because they pounded the pavement, because everyone on the phone just wants. So I'm just, phone is comfort zone, people. Phone is comfort zone.
To me, it's you're looking for a job, right? Of course, you're gonna search the web, you search the net, looking for a job, applying online, attaching your resume. But you know what? Your resume is gonna get buried in that person's mailbox. Even though they're hiring, guess what? They're getting maybe 100 resumes a day. Yours is gonna get buried. So I always say when someone's desperate to look for a job, okay, yeah, apply online at night, but during the day you should be out, fully dressed, look nice with your resumes, and just walk in and hand out your resume. Because you just make a huge impact that way.
It's right. It's just different live. It is. And there's no way to change that. And I love, like we have Zoom. I'm so appreciative to Zoom, but it's still nothing like being live and in person.
Truth.
I like Julie's thing with the whole food, because I mean everyone loves cookies, everyone loves whatever, right? A sweet. It got me thinking. No, it got me thinking. Like when I walk in and I do my little spiel, like bring a little chocolate, like bring something, bring Hershey Kisses attached to your business card. You know what I mean? Like someone's gonna say, "Oh my God, I want chocolate." Who gave you that?
Mimi, this makes me laugh. Rewind, like when I first started this business. So Dr. Vale and I did a big event in Wisconsin. My dad bought these like gummies by accident, and he's like, I don't want these in the house, these green gummy things. We put this bowl out at our table. I'm like, green, I'll take them. It matches the whole theme, right? I had more fucking questions about what flavor is this stupid gummy candy than the CBD oil. I'm like, people are insane about candy and food. So
it's Halloween. Hey, why not?
Yeah.
Right?
Coffee and cookies.
What?
Somebody said coffee, like lunch and learn or coffee, and I was trying to come up with like coffee and something, and then somebody said cookies. I was like, oh, coffee and cookies.
Cookies. Super cute. So
okay, so good.
So that my question is, because I'm totally lunch and learn, right? But coffees and cookies is a lot less expensive, right?
Yeah.
So
well, and especially if they're not going to be there, like if we're just walking in with something to try and like show them their time, you don't want to like, I don't know, maybe watch.
Oh no, I wouldn't feed them.
I mean, that would be a scheduled time.
I would not feed them. Like it's during your lunch break. That's why it's called lunch. Bring cookies, bring sweets. I wouldn't show up with.
So the main thing is that can I come in? So you're there to make an appointment for a later date.
Right.
Be able, and then give it, because they might say, oh yeah, I'd like to bring my spa manager in. I'd like to bring my head esthetician in to get their input too. So that's what this would be. The first would be, you're going in to see if there's a need, right?
Okay.
If there's a want, and then you have your calendar and you're planning, when can we come in and do a coffee and cookies, a lunch and learn.
Okay, I thought we were going in for the kiss.
Run. So my question is, when they say, okay, well, email me some information.
I
like
know.
that's
my
like
next question.
Carrie, you bring up an amazing point, because I'm so pissed off. So I have a friend, actually Mimi, Shauna's cousin. Shauna's related to everyone, right? So her cousin owns a med spa right in this area. And she said, well, I'm super busy, blah, 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 blah. Let me put you in touch with my spa manager. So I get in touch with the spa manager. This is all via email. And she said, oh, email me your product. Stupid me, I email, right? And her, I don't think this is going to be a good fit for us. Thanks anyway. How do you know? This is before like Knox, this was right when Knox came out. We didn't even have hardly any information on our website. So I have learned I am not going to share anything via email. And I'm going to say this is best explained in person. And I'd love for you to see it, to touch it, to smell it. And so I am not going to share via email, because right away they close the door.
Yep. Sarah Haywood, Jill, do you remember her verbiage? Or Anna, Anna's gone. Sarah Haywood had verbiage that was very specific. It's best explained visually. That's what it was. That's what it was. Versus,
I love that, because you are shooting yourself in the foot. Now my door is closed.
That is the they're open to receive. We're thinking, they're saying send me an email. We're thinking they're open to information, and in their mind they're thinking that's so easy.
No, that's a nice way to say no, and that way it's like it's an easy no. Yeah.
Yeah.
The other, I have a suggestion too. Once you make your, I call it cold calling. We're going to be cold calling. Basically, that's what we're doing. And then you're trying to get an appointment and whatever. But if that person says no, or right there and then, just say, hey, would you be able to recommend any other spas that you know that might be open to this? That do you have friends that we could, maybe help? So it's always good to ask for referrals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I always seem to forget that, Jill. It's an easy thing to
It's
forget.
like going after the rebound in basketball. You have to do it. So you gotta ask.
And you know what? You just gotta put that in your brain, and I'm getting better at that too. It's so true.
Yeah. And
Carrie,
I agree with you, Lori, when you said people, like when I recruited, people would say, oh, and I'm like, you haven't even done your financial aid. You don't even know how much it's going to cost you, and you've already eliminated me. Like, what the heck, So you have to learn how to, what I would say is, would you be open to learning how I can help you enhance your client's experience with hemp-infused products, and as well as provide you an opportunity for extra income, an extra stream of income? I mean, what are they going to say,
Right. I mean, and even being specific, like with that extra stream, what if you could bring an extra whatever amount you want to put on? Are people going to say no to that? Keep it open. Carrie, what did you say? Best explained what? Visually. I love, and even you guys.
Sensorily.
Neat. What?
Sensorily too, like having to like touch it.
And here's the thing too, this does not have to take 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 minutes. In the beginning of when I started my business, I did go into chiropractors' offices and acupuncturists, and I would say, how much time do we have? Some would say 15 minutes, some would say half an hour, some would say 5 minutes. And I got so good at being able to pull out exactly what I needed to say in the 5 minutes time.
Yep.
So this doesn't have to be a whole production.
Nope.
Right?
Correct.
So my next question is, my assumption was that the best times to go would be Mondays and Tuesdays in particular, because they're done with like weekend craziness. Going in on a Saturday and Sunday is probably not a good idea, or Friday. Wednesday, you're getting into the questionable mark. Thursday, even, I don't know.
I would avoid Monday though, because
You would avoid Monday?
I think, because they're Monday blues, and they have a lot of emails, and I would avoid Mondays.
Okay.
Well, but then, yeah, so
I would do Tuesday, Wednesday.
Well, but then like the nail place that I go to, and Jory, you did say that a lot of these places are closed on Mondays. So I have like, I love the nail person I go to, but you can see what the days look like: Monday, Tuesday, Thursday appointments, Friday appointments. So yeah, I say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Those are the days to go. After that, forget it. It's too crazy.
So my experience from working at probably one of the busiest salons in Hinsdale, Mondays they have a skeleton crew. Tuesdays are quietly decent. Wednesdays are starting to hop. Thursday for some reason died down. Friday is our busiest day, and Saturday is like what most people think a Friday would be, but so they flop. Friday is their busiest, Saturdays just steady. But Thursdays tend to kind of get quieter.
Huh.
I don't know if it's because the people that are waiting for the weekend are waiting exactly for that for Friday, but so there are a few places that'll work skeleton crews on Mondays, or they may just be in there doing their business stuff. So it might actually be a good day if the doors aren't totally locked, that they might just be catching up on all their paperwork.
Interesting. I also asked this Nick who joined, and he pounds the pavement all the time. That's how he's grown his business. And so what he does right away is asks for the person in charge, the decision maker, the owner, whatever that is. And if they're not there, he just gets their contact information. And then he asks personal questions of the person who's helped him. So, have you ever used CBD, infused skincare? So just kind of trying to see how he could meet that person's personal individual needs. So at least that starts a relationship there too.
Mhm.
That's what that Sheridan wanted to do, is like really pound the pavement. But I'm a little nervous of his.
Well, as Carrie says, you have to go with grace and ease. That's how we have to go into this, right?
And make it fun. I'm nervous, but make it fun. This is seriously like, we're not selling another lipstick,
Right.
It's gonna help people. And
Right. I mean, look at,
Exactly.
oh my God. Wait, I'm sure everyone has seen this.
so wait, I'm sorry. Do you say, I think it was Jill, hemp infused products? What's your verbiage? I'm saying CBD infused. I mean, because I think
I always call it hemp too.
because I think
I feel like it separates us from all the damn CBD
I know.
out there.
Yeah,
And
because I think
also-
people are hearing CBD and they go,
I
oh,
know another one. Exactly.
And then also,
Hemp
that,
infused.
oh well, what's hemp? What's different? Oh well, we also have CBG, the precursor too. So it kind of opens that door.
Isn't that funny? And I think at the beginning we all wanted to use CBD because people would be like, what the heck is hemp? I have no idea. I just have to, I'm sure you guys have all seen this, but I need to show this again because we have to remember what we're doing this for too. This is my friend
That's
Amy.
amazing.
This is Amy, and I do know Amy pretty well. And one of the things that she said for years and years, she has struggled with under eye bags, and look at what happened.
I know. It's
I
amazing.
mean, so let's like eye on the prize, right? And I actually there was some anonymous post on one of the groups that I'm on about her daughter who's a teenager and dealing with under eye bags. And, how can she help her daughter? And it's becoming an issue, social, emotional stuff. And I mean, look at this. And Amy said this is 30 days.
30
In the morning, occasionally, maybe a few evenings, but she wasn't good at remembering the evenings.
Wow.
That's incredible.
I asked her, like, it looks amazing. I'm like, are you wearing a little makeup at least? She's like, nope. And then I asked Lori, do you think this is retouched?
No, I can tell. Listen, you're never, ever going to recreate the same lighting when you're using an iPhone. It's impossible, but this is not filtered. You can tell the tone is a little different, but it's just the way the cameras are in the iPhone. So this is real. This is no Photoshop.
I'm posting it today on social media.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So, eye on the prize too, right? We are here to try to do good for people.
Right.
Right.
And that's what I say too, for every no, there's a yes. You can't get discouraged. Have fun. Go out and make your day fun, and when you feel good and you walk in with no expectations, you're going to have a good day.
Right.
True.
Smile and just have fun. You're going to have that person that says, no, you can joke with them. You sales is fun. Sales is fun.
And it was nice, like when I did go into where I always get my pedicures, and it's nice to have the bottle and to have the sachet and to have your card or your trifold, whatever it is, because it's not about you, right? So it's able to take the focus off of you, even though you are selling you, and like, let's look here, or wherever my Knox is, so that it made it feel a little easier. We also, I know Julie popped off about having these before and afters, because you could talk and talk and talk, but seeing pictures like that's what's the wow. And so, we talked about, I have a separate album I created on my phone. We talked about bringing in an iPad. I know Julie said that she's able to use the copy machine at her work, so she was going to do like a bound photo book. But I do think that's super important, because at the end of the day, and seeing those results with Amy, 30 days just using it once a day, I mean,
yeah,
that's what's really going to be the selling piece to this.
Has
How you feeling, Lynn?
anybody on our in this call have been having good results? I'm not seeing like I would love to see my bags under my, I don't have bags, but the red. Anybody, I mean, I've been using it since we got it in June, I think, when we did it, we were in Austin.
Have you been using it every day?
Pretty much, yep. And the hydrate, but my skin is so dry, but I can't post anything because I'm not seeing anything, but.
Do you exfoliate, Jill?
How, like I use a scrub.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep. And I wash, I do
when you're dry, at least, I mean, I don't do it weekly.
Yep.
You should do it weekly.
Yep.
That way, whatever you put on after, your skin will penetrate.
Yeah. I'm even toning because you were talking about toning after or before, you know. But yeah, I just wondered how is everybody else that's using it having results?
Yeah, everyone's super unique.
Different.
I mean,
yep.
Some people within the first 30 days, it's like, wow, like my mom in the first,
I know.
Oh my God, 2 weeks.
2 weeks, right? But I used it religiously for 30 days. I felt a different texture, but I didn't see any big changes. So,
yeah.
But
are you still using it?
I didn't. No, I stopped until I got the bottle, but then I don't have any bottles left. So I need to order more bottles.
I used it religiously. My mom and I used it religiously for about 6 weeks, once a day, because they're expensive. My mom was doing it day and night. I'm like, and then she kept asking for more. I'm like, we should just switch it to once a day now, because she didn't pay. I mean, of course, I gifted it to her. And I mean, when I apply it, it feels amazing. And I'm like, stay that way, stay that way.
I never saw your before and afters. I didn't see your mom's before and afters. That's what I asked.
I have them. I have like, pictures, but
like Jill,
I saw it on my mom. And yet the texture. I mean, I was still hoping my discoloration would get better, but I haven't used it. I'm not using it every day now because I did sell all of the bottles and I still have sachets left, but I'm hoping to sell them. So I'm kind of waiting right now, but nothing like amazing like these pictures yet.
Me, and I would say, Jill, have someone else look at your before and afters because we
don't see it in ourselves.
I know.
It's so funny. You got to show someone else.
Yeah.
We're our worst critic.
We are.
Totally. Because you show a stranger, they'd be like, oh my God, look at the difference in this. And you're not going to even see that.
Yeah, so. True. Good idea.
Yeah.
I went to a wedding full of very rich people who go to these clinics all the time. And it's just so, you just want to scream, like yell it at the world and say, everyone, listen, like, can I just have the microphone for 5 minutes? But it's just, so yeah, it's I was telling my dad, I'm like, oh my God, all these women would just go crazy for what I have to sell. So I did my best to like, have a conversation with them. Well, now that I work from home, it's been great. I can travel now with my baby. And you expect them to say, well, what do you do? But none of them asked. So I'm like,
no, because Mimi, you have to remember what's people's favorite topic?
Themselves.
Yep.
So you have to get conversations about them. And you know what? It becomes damn exhausting. You're like, wow, no one ever asks me any questions about me.
Yeah.
No,
right.
I am at a point in my life, no one asks questions about me. It's always me asking them because that's the nature of my business, right?
Bobby Brown's father was there. Joe Brown. He's a retired lawyer and now he writes children's books and he goes to like the CPS in the South Side and reads books to these kids. It's really nice.
But like, that's how you start a conversation with someone.
Oh yeah. And I did.
Tell me about the books you read.
Absolutely. Right. Absolutely. He never asked anything about me though.
No.
And he was like, Mimi, I remember your face because I see him like every 10 years. His wife passed away 2 years ago, so we were talking about his wife. So I sent him a message on Facebook, like, it was so nice catching up with you again and loving your books. And I got 3 books for Juju to read, my son. And he's like, well, when he's 8 years old, I'm going to go to his school and read to his classmates. So, I wanted, of course, the big picture is like, oh my God, can I speak to your daughter? I want to tell her about this. But that's the thing. It's like but it's true. People want to talk about themselves.
So that's how you start a relationship. They don't
Mhm.
even know. They have no idea, but all they're going to do is continue to talk about themselves.
I
Mhm.
mean, the other thing you could do is, even if their skin doesn't look great, say, what do you use on your skin? Just as a way to get the topic going. And I mean, I don't know how you would exactly segue where it wouldn't be completely obvious what you were doing, but if you could somehow get it onto, or oh, I love your makeup, and
Mhm.
you know, that kind of thing, something that gets to their face.
Right.
So if they're not necessarily, because honestly, people who don't ever ask questions about other people probably are not great in this business anyway. So the business might not be for them, but being a customer could be, absolutely. So if we could somehow like find a way to just be like, oh, your makeup is wonderful. What brand do you use? And blah, blah, blah. And, oh, you know, I found this new skin thing, you know, I'm telling everybody about it because it's just done such wonders for my skin. And, you know, but if you get it where they're talking about their own face and their own skin, then it might, I don't know. It's just a thought.
Yeah.
Your skin looks good, Jory.
Thank you. I've been using the Nox twice a day for a week.
Once a day? Once a day?
Twice.
Oh yeah.
I figure I'm going to do it twice a day for the first month, just to like kind of get the
Right.
full thing, and then after that, I'll do once a day for maintenance.
It looks
It
so
looks really good.
silky.
Are you wearing makeup?
Yeah, a little bit. I'm not wearing like foundation. I'm just wearing some
Yeah, it
blush.
looks really good. It looks
really
rosy.
Yeah, well, the blush I use, like I really love it when I put it on, but I feel like it like is gone in like a half a second. But it's one of those like mineral ones, and I feel like they just don't have like the staying power, you know. But I'm finding that with Nox, like I kind of have the rosy a little bit on its own, not a huge amount yet, but I don't feel the need for foundation when I use it. Like I used to feel like I need foundation because my skin tone feels really uneven for me. And
You don't. I mean, it looks perfect.
Thanks.
So the other thing that came up with Nick, he said he felt that the salons that he works with could sell the heck out of the sachets, which was interesting. And I kind of want to dig a little deeper with that. I want to have a conversation with him. He's talk about, you know, Jill, when you said sales is fun, like he is like legit sales guy. Like he's got this nailed down, right? And that's not where I come from. I mean, right? I went from school counseling, you know, the world of counseling, into this network marketing arena, and been training in network marketing for 6 years, but sales is like its own thing, right? And
Yeah.
so he felt like if you have those sachets on the front counter with the receptionist and the trifolds, I mean, people will just buy the crap out of those. And I'm like, well, that's interesting to me. So I kind of want to.
So I had bought the 30 days worth of samples, and I thought I can go in with this and obviously the Nox. And I can talk about how, you know, the bottles, blah, blah, blah. But if you have people that maybe are a little nervous either by the price point, or they've got super sensitive skin and they want to try it first, you can sell these for, how much are we selling these for, by the way?
$8. They're going up though.
I
Yeah.
know. I was gonna say, I feel like there was a price change, so I don't know what exactly. And here's the thing too, you have to decide. Like I was kicking myself yesterday because I'm like, do you sell a bottle for $108? Do you sell for $125? You know, there's not much of an earning if you do it for $108. But the situation, it was a friend of a friend, and it's like sometimes you just got to get the product in the door, though, right? You just got to get someone experiencing it and seeing it. So money up front isn't all that important sometimes, you know, like making that initial gap, that, you know, that retail sales process.
I think, but people ask, I mean, from my experience, it's where retail is what, $2.19. The people that I've spoken to, they're like, do you have a sample so I can try it first? I just want to make sure I'm not allergic to it. Because I get it. $219, you know, it's not cheap. I mean, it is the best thing you could do.
Plus tax and shipping.
Yep.
Right. So I'm like, well, I do. They're $8 a pop, $8. And she goes, oh, $8 for one application? I said, yes. And I tell them, that's what I paid. I'm not making any money out of you. That's what I paid. So but that's the thing. It's like at Bliss when I worked there, it's like, oh, do you have can I have a little sample? Can I just try it first? And when I say sample, for them it's free.
Yeah.
Yep, sample.
I'd
Why I'm
say,
using
yeah.
the word sachet.
Lori.
Yeah. I mean, I usually say, you know, well, you can buy a sample.
Yep.
You know, like if somebody's like looking at it, like I had somebody, she reached out to me and she's like, I've got super sensitive skin. And do you think this would be good? That's why I asked the question on the Knox skincare thing. Like, is this okay for sensitive skin, blah, blah, blah. And I said, you know, you can purchase a sample if you want to. And so I led with purchase a sample, not I can give you a sample.
Right.
And she's like, I'll just wait for it to come out. And she did. She bought a bottle of that and a bottle of Calm. And so I was like, oh, awesome. I'm assuming that's what she bought, since we still don't know in the back office what our customers buy. But yeah, but
that is where posture comes into play, right? Yeah. There's a difference. Yeah, I have a sample, but you know, it's $8. Then yeah, I have a sample sachet. It's $8. I'd love for you to give one, you know, a one-time try, and then you can see.
Yep.
So it's you know, it's like the sky is blue, the grass is green, we're all going to die and we all have to pay taxes, right? There's posture. Yes, we have sample sachets. They're $8 a piece. I'd love for you to get this on your skin tonight and see what you feel, or see what you see, or see whatever words. But that, talk about having posture, right?
Yeah, because the truth is, if you give it to them for free, it's going to sit in their purse for months, if not years.
This woman, I'm done. I cannot even tell you how many times I fucking sent her a sachet, and I have asked her, you guys, I'm not kidding, 10 times. I have heard every excuse in the book, and the only reason I'm not saying, can you stick it back in an envelope, or can I come swing by your house that cost me $10? I'd like to have it back so I can give it to someone else. And the only reason I haven't done that, Jory, because she leads that group, that Freebie Friday. North Shore
Susie?
Fridays. No. Something.
Alyssa Bloom. Oh, Alyssa Bay. She's in my networking group.
Oh, well, ask her how that Knox sample.
She never shows up to our She never shows up to our networking.
And that's the only reason why I'm not, you know, pulling that out, because I'm like, well, she does lead this group, and maybe someday I'll need this.
How many did you give her? 7?
Just one, but it's I'm driving my kids to school. Oh, I'm this.
Yeah.
One fucking night. It takes 2 seconds.
Yeah.
So she doesn't brush her teeth then. So busy.
So I'm not giving this shit for free.
Well, I've done the Freebie Friday 3 weeks now. The first 2 never even reached out to me.
Yeah, see, I don't even do those anymore, Jory.
I'm like,
social media, right? Freebie Friday?
Yeah. And I'm like, I just kind of am liking the exposure. And I'm like, if 1 out of every 3 is actually going to ask me for it, totally worth the investment as far as I'm concerned.
But I'm to blame too. Like, we can talk about other people, but I am so to blame too. I actually won a manicure and a free eyebrow wax on that. And they're like, call and schedule an appointment. I never did, because I have my lady that I go to that I love, you know, and that's the thing. That's why you can't give things away for free. Oh. And that's why, when you were just talking about, sometimes you just got to get the product in the door, but people don't want to pay more. I would rather, because like Ron, my managing broker, he was giving away the CBD at his cost. And I'm like, why are you doing that? And he's like, well, I figure, they start taking it, they're going to love it. I'm like, and then you jack the price up $30? Like, no. I'm like, not to mention the fact that you're undercutting all of us. Like, no, I said, you charge them at minimum retail. So do you guys sell for $125 or $108 for Recept?
For current customers that I've had, I still do $108, but I charge for shipping now if I have to send it to them.
Of course. Yeah.
So I sent $5. So I charge $5 for that, because that's about what it cost me.
Why $125? Oh, because of
tax and shipping and all this other stuff.
When I give it to them physically, it's $108. I tell them you're saving on tax and shipping. Mm-hmm. But then I tell them about the reoccurring, the auto ship option.
Yeah, but right now it's every 30 days. And I feel like for most people, that's too often.
That should change.
Because I asked them about that, because I said, it'd be nice if they had like some flexibility with that. Because like my hair products, it's a, I can actually say once a month or once every 2 months. And then they send me a notification saying, okay. And I do every 2 months. And then I still push it back like 6 months because I don't use enough of it.
Right.
And they let me do that. So I reached out. I said, is there any
Yeah.
way that we can somehow do this? Because for some people, especially with the new formulation, some people are literally using drops. They're not using droppers, And she said they can always just stop that auto ship and then start up a new one when they are ready for it.
And
they just have to buy that initial
about the customer
wholesale price then?
So she's, based on what she told me, because I said, well, do they have to buy another one at full price then? And she said once they've done the first full price, then they can sign up for that. Because I think that set something off in their account that says that they've purchased once. I don't know. And I haven't had anybody do it. I have no one who does auto ship, and it's for that reason. Like it's too quick. So they do have to have some kind of.
Then to get some clarification, because if what I'm hearing from you is true, so if they sign up for an auto ship, but you still got to get that next bottle in 30 days. I don't know. Honestly, I don't touch it because it's too confusing to me. So if it's confusing to me, how am I going to relay that information to a customer?
I only have one that does it, and she's happy with it. I think she's happy because she shares the bottle with her husband.
Yeah.
So I don't know. She loves it. So, but I only have one. Question: Knox, the 20 ml, 30 ml. I wish it was 50, but anyways, the Knox bottle. How many applications do we say approximately?
Approximately 60.
60. So okay, 60. So if you buy if you buy 60, it's a lot cheaper to buy the actual bottle and the sachets.
Right.
Just like Recept. I have a customer who keeps buying samples. I'm like, it's just get the damn bottle. She's got no money.
See, they think it's cheaper that way, but it's not. So one of the things too, I think we should put a time frame on what we're doing. So what did
You did, didn't you say?
I know, I was gonna say, didn't I?
November
10th or something.
No, November 16th.
Oh,
it's in the conversation.
Yeah, I was going to ask.
I think you said let's give ourselves.
I say before. So what was that? 16th. Well, why not extend it that next? I'd say to get this before Thanksgiving.
Because I could use a little extra time.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I think if we can, for sure the pound the pavement into 10 by Thanksgiving. But I'm not saying don't call people, but I think for this group, the right here and right now, it is going to focus on, 10 walk-ins, cold call walk-ins. Good gracious. And then
and then if any of us are traveling for Thanksgiving like I am, you might want to go get a mani-pedi at a place that also does facials and bring it up.
Yes, I love that.
So you said until the 16th of November. We're doing it till when?
I say let's do it in Thanksgiving. From now
till Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So we have a month.
Yeah.
November 27th is the day before Thanksgiving.
November 27th. Okay.
It's a Wednesday.
And I'm telling you, there was something uncanny about bringing the product with you. For me, it just felt like it took the focus off of Lori Longfield. It was, this is what we're talking about. And it's so pretty and sexy. And, it was, and I didn't even have, I literally had 2 minutes with this woman. And I didn't even have the opportunity to pull out the before and after. So that's going to even make it more fun, right? Like Jill said, fun.
Yeah. So as much as, because I know you said, well, I'm just going to have them on my phone, but I think, this is okay. I think it's actually better to have books
Me too.
that you can literally hand to them as you're pulling out your product, because then you're not also having to pull out the phone and then pull it up on your thing. If you have a lot, it's one thing if you have a scheduled time and you can sit down with them or whatever, but if you're trying to get in the door, those pictures are probably the best thing that are going to get you in the door.
And a book as opposed to an iPad?
Well, even then, you still have to get it in. As long as you are prepared when you walk in the door to have it. But it's so easy to just say, take a look.
Yep. Yeah.
But the problem I'm concerned about is because all of our pictures are from online, which don't typically print as well.
Yeah.
That's
So-
Don't make it that big. Yeah, don't make don't print the whole page.
Oh yeah. No.
Make
But
them
I mean,
smaller.
I was thinking like a small booklet, basically. So yeah, so I'm gonna talk to Jerry because he's like the whiz at printing and all that fun stuff, to just be like, okay, what would be the best way to do this? Because that's really the only access, unless somebody can, like, if we can somehow get like a shared Google thing where people can put, but even with them, they're taking it with their phones. They're not necessarily going to have.
I'm trying to.
I don't know.
Share. I can actually, through our group, I'm gonna share. I have such a critical eye, and it annoys me sometimes. I'm so critical. But I've been able to, in my thing, I have about 30 some pictures that I feel like are the best of the best ones. Because I look at some of these will pop up and I'm like, good Lord, that is just not a good before and after. I'm not using that. But you're very right, Jory, when you say, because I was going to go in for this last event that I did and do some printing, and you can't print it in 8x10. It just,
Yeah.
these are all internet pictures. So that's the other thing I would hate to lose. Like even in the card that I had made, you know, my mom has that. I'm like, ooh, you really, I mean, you can tell a little bit, but it's nothing like the real image. So that's why I guess I was saying phone. And I actually have a smaller iPad, not the really big one. And that's what I like. You can still see the, you know, what you need to see. So, but yeah, maybe if you did like a 4x6 book from one of the, you know, like a Shutterfly but I don't know. I get it degrades the quality tremendously. So
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, it doesn't make any difference if it doesn't really show the true thing. And that's why I was like, if people, when they take their pictures, can put the originals into a shared Google for anyone who's like a Prime My Body person that we can then take out, you know, then that would be really helpful. But that, I think, would be quite an undertaking. So
that's super smart. Or I mean, the nice thing is I can go back. I mean, it would take a little work, but I know the majority of these people, you know, and you can ask for the original, but I don't know. I'm thinking phone or iPad is the way I want to go. I know Julie said that she was going to be printing, so I'll see what that turns out to look like. So
yeah.
So okay, I think
We learned a lot.
I know, right? And
Very good. Thank you.
like I said to, you know, the people who had to get off the call, we're doing this together. We're holding each other accountable. Oh, one thing we didn't talk about though is how we're keeping track. Like, you know, Mimi, I'm assuming you're
I'm the only one.
city ones, but Jory and we're in the same area. Jill, you know, so do I want to create a Google Doc where we're all getting into and putting where we're going?
I figured I was going to do, obviously, Highland Park, and then I was going to do Glencoe and Lake Forest. And I was just going to stick along the lakefront. I figured your mom was going to have Deerfield and Bannockburn and any of those places. So I figured, you know, if we kind of just stay within like our where we live and some surrounding.
Okay.
I'll get Highwood, you know, but most of where I am is like closer to the lakefront. So I figured I would just kind of stick along that.
Okay.
I think a Google Doc, like an Excel doc that we can at least put in the day we went, the result, you know, appointment, just so that we can then calculate it and look at and say, my God, as a team, we did this, like you said, Lori, we did this many calls. We have 25 appointments from those calls, and we've got 10 of those that are carrying our product. You know, like it may not happen by the Thanksgiving, but we can keep using that as incentive, you know, hey, this works.
And the accountability of it too, right? Yeah. Seeing it on paper and seeing like, shit.
Yeah, I better get my ass out.
Yeah, Jory's already, you know, potted the pavement and walked to 6 places. Crap, I got, you know. So that's, and it makes you feel good too, right? I'm done. I got 4 more left, you know.
Yeah.
So
I like that.
So maybe I will create a Google Doc to do that.
Oh, here, I'll show you what I put together. It sounds similar to what Jill was just talking
Okay. I
about.
was going to say,
That'd
Drew,
be great.
those Google Docs, so maybe you've already got a template.
It takes forever for it to come up though.
Is that your stuff, hon?
Okay, let's see here.
Are you ladies taking Calm?
I am.
You know what?
I love it.
I take like 0.25 ml and I'm knocked out.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
The first night I took 1 ml. I'm like, oh, I didn't feel anything. And yeah,
I do
less is better.
0.25 of that. And I do 0.25 of Calm. And then I also do 0.25 to a half a milliliter of Reset. Because I was so paranoid because they kept saying, oh, you take this and you're going to be out. And I was like, I can't have that.
I know.
And so that's what I did. And it has been like perfect.
Wait, you take together like Reset and Calm at the same time?
Yep.
Oh, because I take but I've been taking less Reset now. And I feel so much better. I think I was taking too much. Because again, it's like, I always started my day with 1 ml.
Okay.
And then in the afternoon, I'm like, oh, I need my second dose, you know, and then I was running out. So I'm like, oh, let me just take less. And I took less and I feel so much better.
Good.
I think, yeah.
Let me show you my screen here.
So, and I've been so excited to see what the use of Calm in the evening will do for my day. And this weekend, Kylie was throwing a fit in the back seat, crying, whining. And I'm like, wow. I'm not bothered by this. I'm like, maybe the Calm is working. Woohoo!
Well, so it's interesting. So with Jack, this was when I was most curious about. So I started him really low and it wasn't doing shit as far as his energy. And I was like, okay, I got a bump. So I just like went all out and I was like, I gave him a full milliliter in the morning. And then I gave him another full milliliter in the afternoon. In the afternoon, he's like, I'm so tired. I don't think you know how badly I want to go to bed now. And I was like, okay, so that was a little too much. So yesterday I gave him, after school, I gave him a half a milliliter of Calm and a half a milliliter of Reset, and he was great. Like, I don't know if it would get him through a school day full, but with his energy, oh my gosh, so much better with his energy levels. It was amazing.
Yeah, but
all right.
You have to play around.
Yeah.
Okay, this is perfect. So you
is perfect.
This.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Very
so what
nice.
we can do is that I can add a column over here that just has like affiliate name.
Perfect.
You know, or actually what we could do, it sort of depends on what you want. Like I can put my name down here where it says sheet and I can just add sheets and then people can add their own info for that. You know what I mean?
That's a nice way.
So like I could do,
because Carrie and I could share a sheet. Well, no, keep it individual. That's good.
Yeah. Oh, so but you can, instead of sheet 1, you'll put your name, right?
Yeah, and then I can just do rename
Perfect.
and then Lori.
So then you can see like, okay.
Yes.
Yep. And then you can take out all of the other stuff that was already in there from the other person and boom, there you are. You're ready to go.
Love it. I love it.
So, so send me a list or just let me know where I can find who everybody is that's doing this. And then I can just add the sheets for everybody.
Love
and
it.
then I'm not sure how, I guess I can, is everybody on that Facebook
group
thread?
Yeah.
The messenger.
Okay. Cause then what I can do is I can do a share and there's a link and I can give it to everybody. And then I just have to make sure that everybody can edit.
Okay.
So then they can edit their own stuff.
That's great. That's great.
I love it. You've got the address, the hours, the date visited, the note.
I mean, I could even add phone number if we wanted, just so I can add that too.
Yeah, just because it's helping. Because what would be nice, because now I know this is your game plan too, right? Our individual game plan. Because now then you know where you're going, what the phone number.
Yep. And then for follow-up, you don't have to be like, oh shoot, I need, I got to add there.
That's the other thing, Jill, that we didn't really talk about, right? The big thing in this is once you've done it, the follow-up, right? So
we should probably set something. My thought would be just a suggestion, but after Thanksgiving, that first week of December, we need to be accountable for our follow-ups, like by a certain date,
I love it. And also gonna help with this is once we have, it's beautiful to say we're going into Nora's skincare, right? Well, hey, Tiara in Lake Forest is, you know, it's nice to be able to say a name of another spot in a salon that has already incorporated this. And then it's the whole FOMO, like, well, wait, hold on, maybe, well, I got to get on too.
If she's
right?
on it, I better be on it.
Right.
I better be doing it. Yeah.
Right. So, okay, I like that. So the first week of December, plan a follow-up. And that's even when we might be able to help each other, right? To bring in one another into, you know, whether it's live. So, well, yeah, awesome. Okay. I thought this was a very productive meeting.
It's a great idea. This is a great idea because, like you said, it holds us accountable.
It does.
We're excited, and we're going to get great results. So
exactly. You can't not get amazing things out of the amount, because how many people are we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I like to say that too. That's the magic of this industry. So instead of now me, Lori Longfield, walking into 90 different spa and salons, I can work with my team. My team and I are walking into 90 salons, but I only have to walk into 10 of them.
Yep. And that coverage is amazing.
Right. And all of this, it all benefits each other.
Yeah.
So
and I like your idea, like spas this time. How about we do chiropractors or you know, like we choose the industry that we want to.
Right. And let's do our next thing. I would love to get dentists, especially with Calm. How cool would that be to have patients being able to use Calm before they go into the dentist chair?
I think that's great. And
I love that. I think
Biro does a lot with the doctors. D. Biro does a lot with the dentist. And there's somebody else that does a lot with dentists.
It's not D. It's Laura Kavanaugh.
Laura. Okay.
Yeah. D goes in and does the presentation, but it's
Laura
team that pounds the pavement. So yeah, I think next sweep should be dentists. And hello, there are so many dentists. It's ridiculous.
I have like 20 dentists in my street.
Right. Yep.
It's insane. And a bunch of calls.
That's an easy week. That's an easy day. You'll get your 10 calls done in that week.
Exactly. Just walk down the block. I mean, it was so creepy when we went to Ventura, California to work with Dr. Lori to get our mercury out. We were like, is this like the capital of dentistry? Because the whole block leading up to her office, it was dentist. It was so creepy. And she's like, no, it's just normal businesses. And I'm like, what the heck? So yeah, I think next one for sure should be dentists.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. I love it.
So we're doing salons,
spots, so nails. Like even where I go get my nail. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, she does have a facialist. But that's the thing too. Like, if it's just strictly a nail place, is this something that we're going to introduce?
I took some out because I realized that they just were nails, and they and they might do waxing, but they don't do
they don't
facial. So
that's true.
The ones in my hood, they're like.
I think, Jory, there's so many that we haven't even talked, right? There's so many that that we need to start there first, and then
yeah. We can always go back to the ones that are just nails. Hey, did you want to add this anyway? Even though you don't do skincare, you never know. But you know, but let's start with the ones who actually have skincare first,
because there's so many. Well, I think this was awesome. Let's continue to use that group. You know, anything that pops up, and any questions and any ideas, and I feel
great. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I feel ready.
Good to see you guys.
You too. Bye.
See you later. Bye.
Everyone.
Bye. Bye. Hi, cutie. Hi, cutie.
Bye.
Bye.